Trump, physical therapist.
Brad Einig, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course. This is not a toy, by the way, as it looked like maybe I was playing with it. But it is what we call TheraBand, and you can get resistance bands. We had a video on that.
Yep.
And I'm going to go through an exercise. You can use a resistance band for strengthening your hip as well as your lower leg. It's also going to help with your balance. You know, if you're a soccer player, a football player, or if you're someone who's just trying to recover from an injury and you're 50 or 60 years old and you're trying to be able to walk more stable, this is an excellent exercise. And by the way, that did remind me, if you were 50 or 60 years or older, what's this?
You're going to want to subscribe to us
because
we cover things that will help you stay healthy and fit well into the elder years. And the thing about hip strengthening, it is a vital, the hip strength is vital for balance as you get older. So you really want to keep your hip strength up.
It's right in the center of gravity. You know, it's just
hips and ankles. Hips and ankles really are really important.
All right, so what you're going to do,
I have to say, Brad, I have no idea what you're going to do. I don't.
I use this a lot. I've used this with people with ACL injuries. I use it with people with hip surgeries. If they're active people, if you're 65, 70, 80 years old and you're just trying to walk, this is probably a little too advanced for that.
Okay.
So it's for the younger person, maybe in their 50s or 60s, active 60s. Yeah. Okay, and you'll see why in just a minute. But when you're recovering from an injury from the hip on down and you need to get your balance and your stability stronger, you take something like this. Now this is just a TheraBand and I tied 2 loops in it right there. See that? Okay. All right. One there and one there. Let's get serious. And you're going to take that and you're going to put it underneath the leg of something solid, a nice solid chair at home. Bob, why don't you sit on there? You may have to adjust the camera. You're going to take the other one and put it on your ankle like that. Okay? This is what my wife does to me when she wants me to not go anywhere.
It's the ball and chain theory.
Okay, Nancy, could you give me the cane? There.
Something.
Okay, so now there's 4 different movements in the hip that I deal with this particular exercise. We got in front of you, flexion, extension, abduction, and then adduction going this way. If you strengthen those 4 muscle groups, specifically it's going to cover the whole hip area. Okay? The reason I have the cane is, let's say this hip is weak. Let's say I just had a hip replacement or a knee problem, knee surgery. This leg is weak for whatever reason, and we're going to strengthen this hip. I'm going to use the cane just for balance. Now this is the motion. I'm going to go this direction.
Let me just say this though, Brad, I'd be really careful with someone with a hip replacement. I'd make sure that this is approved by your therapist.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it would have to be a high level hip replacement.
Yeah. I would just say more generally for hip weakness.
Right, right. Okay, so we're going to go this direction.
That's flexion.
So I need this for balance. And with high school kids and people going back to sports that are able, I'll go without the cane just to help the balance part of it, depending on where they're at. That's flexion, and I'll usually do this 10 to 20 repetitions. More preferably, I take a timer out and I'll go for 30 seconds, 15, 30, whatever the person's able to do. Then I turn 90 degrees, and I go this direction.
And that's the hip adduction,
ADD. Those growing muscles.
ADDUCTION, hip adduction.
Yeah, we're going to have a test on this.
Yeah.
Okay, then you go 90 degrees, and then you go into extension. Good tall body posture, not leaning forward and back like this.
Yeah.
And now I'm not doing this and swinging the leg.
Knee is straight.
You go back and go right to the point, even with the other leg on all 4 directions. So it's good controlled motion. No swinging, no bobbling, good controlled motion. And they go another 90 degrees for hip abduction out to the side. Here, and don't let it bang into your leg. It's here, out, good control and back. Good control and back, good toward posture. This is a common mistake that some people do. Yeah, that's called cheating or compensation. We don't do that.
Like a penguin.
And we go like this. So again, 4 directions.
1,
2, and I'm doing a brief.
4.
Okay, now you're going to find when you do this, not only does it work this hip, but this hip is working as well as balancing on this hip. So oftentimes I will take, I'll work both sides, I'll take it off of this ankle and go on that side and do the same set with the other direction so that the involved leg also gets that balance benefit from it. And
Brad, I would recommend too that if your hip is really weak, maybe try it without the TheraBand first.
Sure.
You know, doing these.
Yeah.
And then if you feel like you can do those, then you can go ahead and try it with the TheraBand.
I've got to admit, this is probably one, if you're coming off an injury, you're going to want to do this with guidance of a therapist, because it can be
pretty intense.
Yeah, it can be, and when you decide to use the cane or go without the cane, or there's a lot of little things that may vary depending on your injury. So
it's a great exercise, though.
Oh yeah, it works great. So
good luck with it.